Welcome to AI on the Bench, where we break down major court cases and uncover how they shape our world. Let's dive in. This is AI on the Bench. Today, we unravel a tale of ambition, ethics, and the relentless pursuit of justice. This is the story of Dr. Wang, a medical professional whose journey from brilliance to courtroom drama will keep you on the edge of your seat. Prepare to journey with us as we peel back the layers of this complex case, one revelation at a time. Our story begins not in the sterile corridors of academia or the buzzing halls of a hospital, but in the shadows of uncertainty. Dr. Wang, a trained medical professional from China, came to the United States armed with a medical degree and a Ph.D. Her path, it seemed, was destined for greatness. But the road she traveled grew darker when she joined the Livernois Family Clinic in 2013. Owned by Dr. Murtaza Hussain, the clinic was meant to be a stepping stone for Wang, who sought to rebuild her career in America. Yet, whispers of malpractice soon turned into a storm of legal battles. The Michigan Department of the Attorney General's Healthcare Fraud Division noticed a troubling pattern, an unusually high volume of narcotics prescriptions originating from the clinic. The whispers reached the ears of investigators, who sent in undercover agents posing as Medicaid patients to uncover the truth. What they found would set the stage for one of Michigan's most intriguing medical legal cases. In August 2014, Special Agent Drew Macon walked into the Livernois Family Clinic, his Medicaid card in hand. Dr. Wang welcomed him, measured his blood pressure, and recorded his medical history. Before he left, she handed him prescriptions on a pre-signed pad. 4 months later, another agent, Lori Bates, followed suit. Her visit mirrored Macon's. Medical notes, examinations, and prescriptions issued without Dr. Hussain present. The clinic's records showed that both agents' files were entered into the system and electronically signed by Dr. Hussain. Medicaid claims were submitted for their visits, and reimbursements followed. These seemingly routine encounters unraveled into allegations of Medicaid fraud and unauthorized medical practice. The charges against Dr. Wang included 2 counts of Medicaid fraud and 1 count of practicing medicine without a license. But was she guilty, or was she simply a scapegoat caught in a larger web of clinic mismanagement? The evidence presented in court painted a conflicting picture. For the prosecution, it was simple. Dr. Wang, unlicensed in the United States, performed medical tasks that were beyond her qualifications. She examined patients, issued prescriptions, and participated in actions that led to Medicaid billing, all without the necessary legal authority. The defense told a different story. They argued that Wang was a subordinate acting under the direction of Dr. Hussain, who owned and managed the clinic. The prescriptions, they claimed, were part of a routine set up by Dr. Hussain and were not indicative of fraudulent intent on Dr. Wang's part. A critical moment in the trial came when it was revealed that Dr. Wang had no access to the billing system and no involvement in processing Medicaid claims. Her role, according to witnesses, was limited to patient interaction, not administrative decision-making. Despite this, the prosecution emphasized the responsibility Dr. Wang bore as someone operating in a professional capacity without a license. Her actions, they argued, contributed directly to Medicaid fraud. The trial court found Dr. Wang guilty on all charges. The court ruled that her actions, taking patient histories, performing examinations, and issuing prescriptions, constituted the unauthorized practice of medicine under Michigan law. Regarding Medicaid fraud, the court inferred that Dr. Wang should have known that her involvement in patient care would lead to billing Medicaid for services. However, this conviction would later be called into question. Upon appeal, the Michigan Supreme Court upheld her conviction for unauthorized practice, but reversed the Medicaid fraud charges. Why? because the evidence didn't support that Dr. Wang knew or should have known that her actions would result in fraudulent Medicaid claims. Key to this decision was testimony that Dr. Wang was not involved in billing processes, nor was she trained to recognize Medicaid-specific procedures. Without evidence of deliberate intent or reckless disregard, the court concluded that the fraud charges couldn't stand. The Michigan Supreme Court's decision leaned heavily on precedent. In People v. Al-Shahid, Zrania, the unauthorized practice of medicine was established as a serious breach of public trust. The court in Dr. Wang's case mirrored this reasoning, emphasizing the need for licensure to protect patients and maintain professional standards. On the topic of fraud, People v. Chapman served as a guiding case. Here, the court reinforced the principle that intent and knowledge are critical in proving Medicaid fraud. This precedent was pivotal in reversing Dr. Wang's fraud convictions. Finally, the court looked to People v. Abdullah, swing a case examining the liability of individuals contributing to fraudulent schemes. While this case highlighted accountability for accomplices, the court in Dr. Wang's case found no evidence of willful ignorance or complicity. Dr. Wang's case is a reminder of the complexities of legal systems and the fine line between ethical responsibility and criminal liability. What started as routine medical care unraveled into a legal storm, one that questioned the very boundaries of professional conduct. Thank you for joining us as we explored this intricate case. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts. Until next time, stay curious and keep seeking the truth.